Today we're going to talk about Materialized View and how it gives you 17 times faster queries, which is 17 seconds on a current state versus 1 second on a Materialized View. And we're going to show you also Materialized View with query auto rewrite. This is the hyperlink documentation over here, and you can see it over here. This is in private preview. And so we've activated that. And with the benefit of Materialized View with the auto rewrite is you can just query the base table and Snowflake will automatically use the Materialized View and it will answer the query in a quicker fashion. So our hypothesis is that Materialized View with automatic query rewrite will help you minimize expensive developer time and compute costs while optimizing performance. So what challenges with current state is that customers have to manually rewrite existing queries to leverage Materialized Views. This uses expensive developer time and has operational risk when you push the code changes to production. Business intelligence tools and business users might still query the base table, so they don't know about it or not taking advantage of the MV. And queries against base tables and views require more compute costs. And slower queries also lead to poor end user experience. So in our future state, we're going to demonstrate 17 times improvement on query duration with the use of Materialized Views. The queries are going to run significantly faster and users can make more decisions from their data. The compute costs are reduced and developers can spend more time on high value tasks by automating this task away. So here's our setup. We chose this data because there's 1.5 billion rows and 49 gigabytes of data. I've created a database called FeatureDB, created a schema called TPCH SF1000. So this is the freely available to all Snowflake customers, transaction processing console, historical, scale factor 1000. And so I recreated this table right here. It has 1.5 million rows with 49 gigabytes of data. As you can see here, this is the query that I used to recreate this table over here. And what I've done is I've created a materialized view on top of this table called orders by customer MV. So it's this materialized view is a materialized view on top of this 49 gigabyte table with 1.5 billion rows. And you can see that's the view definition right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a pure test environment. So we're going to set our POC warehouse small. We're going to disable the global cache, and we're going to disable our virtual warehouse. We're going to suspend it. It was already suspended, which is good. And we're going to activate it. So now our warehouse is on and there's no virtual warehouse cache. So now when we query this data, as you can see, it's querying the Snowflake sample data using the regular orders table. As you can see, it's filtering on this customer key right now, and it's going to take about 17 seconds. And then we're going to look at the execution plan, and we're going to notice that there is no pruning. Okay, so it took about 19 seconds. We're going to look at the execution plan, and as you can see here, it's doing a table scan and there's no pruning. As you can see, there's 3,200 partition scan in total, and so it did a table scan, which is very expensive. So as you can see, byte scan is 5 gigabytes of data in order to get that data, and that's why it took about 19 seconds. So now what we want to do is query this base table. And as you can see, notice the base table still uses the materialized view of auto rewrite. Okay, so as you can see, when we query the base table here in our FeatureDB, because even though it is also the same orders base table, but because we've created the materialized view with auto rewrite, it is significantly faster. So let's look at the execution plan for this. As you can see, it took 1.2 seconds. We click the query ID execution plan. As you can see, it's using a materialized view scan, even though in our query, we did not specify that materialized view. It's using that orders by customer MV that we created. So as you can see here, the total partitions in the materialized view was 657, and it only needed to scan one. So the byte scan is a lot smaller, and as a result, it completed in less than 1 second. So that's a 19 times improvement. Okay, so as you can see, there was no need to rewrite this query against the orders table to take advantage of the materialized view. So in summary, this is the ideal use case for this is if you write rarely to these base tables and you select frequently, that is the ideal use case for this. And if you wanted to set up the query, you would do it like that. So I hope you see the value of using materialized views with query rewrite. Thank you.